And again, we'd like to thank our local sponsors. Besides the Bishop Pelly Heritage Association, would be the Twin Flower Inn and Regional Media. Foundation sponsor, Sway of Chicago is the one sponsoring today, Jenny Lynn performance today. So our last performance today is the Swedish Nightingale, Jenny Lynn. Our local connection with that is when Jenny Lynn was touring the United States in the mid-1850s. She heard that the people in Andover were trying to build a church, and she donated money to that chapel, and they named it after her, the Jenny Lynn Chapel, which still exists today in Andover. So, but without further ado, you're not here to hear me talk, you're here to hear Jenny Lynn sing. So I will turn it over to Jenny Lynn.
Welcome, and I am so humbled to be here with you today on this farewell concert of mine. I'm so overwhelmed and overwrought by this Lindomania wave that has overcome this country. See, I come from humble Sweden, and I was not born into a wild life of fame and fortune. I come from humble means. My parents were not even wed, and I was an illegitimate child, and no one expected much of me. Except when I was a 9-year-old girl, I had a cat, and I loved that cat, and I sang to her. And one day, as it would happen, some grand lady's maid heard me singing. And she asked, "Who is that singing in that house?" And my mother told them, "It's Jenny." And that's how I became Jenny Lind of Lindomania. I was found this little child just singing and playing to her cat. And now, as I am here with you, I sing to you of a love, a humble love. C'est tout, Mommy.
Pensi che solito io ti devorrei amar. Pastoredo sei soggetto, ogilmente a ti inconar. Pastoredo sei soggetto, ogilmente a ti inconar. Ogilmente a ti inconar. Bella rosa un po' porrinta, poi Silvia con la scusa della sera, domani poi lo sprezzerò, domani poi lo sprezzerò. Addio il consiglio, tu per mi inseguirò, non perché mi piace Gilio, gli altri fiori sprezzerò. Se tu sospiri sol per me gentil pastor, o tu Leute tuor mortiri, o ti le tol tuor mor, ma se pensi che solito io ti devorrei amar. Pastorello sei soggetto, facilmente a ti ingannar. Pastorello sei soggetto, facilmente a ti ingannar, facilmente a ti ingannar.
Thank you. I would like to tell you a little bit about that song. It is a song of a woman in love with a gentle and kind shepherd. And I would like to talk to you about opera itself. You see, in America, I have learned that many people don't enjoy the love of opera. And I'm so saddened by that. I want to share that with you. You see, an opera is genuinely, it's just a story told through beautiful song. And I've told you about how I sang to my cat, and I have to apologize. I get terrible stage fright, and I have to admit that when I speak to you as Jenny Lind, I get terrible stage fright. But when I can put on a character and pretend I am that woman in love with a gentle shepherd, why then my stage fright flies away. Just like when I was singing to my cat when I was a little girl. And you see, what happened to me? That's what people ask. And I am here to answer your questions, so I will answer that one. After I was found by that noble lady who heard me singing, I was taken to a great opera house and taught opera. And there I was with so many girls learning to sing. And there were multiple kinds of singers there. Why, there was the opera singer who had the great big loud voice. And she was powerful and strong. But she did not understand the emotions. She did not know the story. She could not tell the story of the opera. And though I tried to be powerful and strong like her, I never was. Then there was the girl who was always perfect. She sang every note just exactly it was written on the page. And I tried, but I could never be perfect. In fact, as I grew in my music and I grew in my career, I became renowned for my great cadenzas. But my secret is my cadenzas were never perfect. They were never quite the same twice, for I sang them from my heart, and they flew out of me just like I was singing to my cat when I was a little girl, just as we hear these crickets under the walnut trees here. So if I can just remember that I am not singing for this grand audience, although you are grand, I am singing for the birds and my cat and that gentle, kind shepherd. So without further ado, I will share with you my favorite song about the walnut trees, Der Nussbaum, by Schumann.
Es kronet ein Nussbaum vor dem Haus. Duftig, luftig, breitet, blättrig ist aus. Für liebliche Blüten stehen drauf. In die Finde kommen, sie hässlich zusammen vor. Ihr flüchten sie Zweige geport. Neigend, beugend, selig, zum Kusse die Haupten sort. Sie flüsten vorein im Mäglein, das Nektar, den Nektar und tagelang wusste ich selber nicht was. Sie flüstern, sie flüstern. Wer mag verstehen, go so leise weiß. Flüstern von Bräutigam und nächstem Jahr, von nächstem Jahr. Das Mäglein horcht, es rauscht im Paar. Sehnend, wähnend sieht es, lachend in Schlaf und Traum.
questions which I would like to answer. Now, a little bit more about my vocal studies that I would like to tell you about. Now, I told you about the girls that could sing so powerful and so perfect, and I could never be one of them. But I did so try. I want you to know that I tried. I tried so hard, and I sang so much that I nearly lost my voice when I was only 21 years of age. So you see, I kind of lost hope that my career would ever amount to anything. And that is why it's so amazing that I am here with you in this Lindomania. But I found a man named Manuel Garcia of the Paris Opera House, and he took me in and he became my teacher. And he showed me a wiser way to sing. He taught me how to sing with my whole body and not just my throat. You see, what happens is, when you sing and you try to control it too much, it gets stuck in your throat. And when that happens, you can create great injury, and a singer may never sing again. But Garcia, he taught me a new way to sing with my whole body and my whole soul. And when you do that, the music floats up from the bottom of your body out through your soul and up with the angels. And that's when you can become one with the birds and the crickets and the mice and my cat. So my next question that I always get asked is, Jenny Lind, are you in love? And I must tell you, this is a long story, so I hope you are comfortable in your seats. I am in love, but I shall tell you of a few suitors who came before him. You see, Hans Christian Andersen, he fell in love with me, but I did not feel the same about him. And this is a lesson, my ladies, maidens, on not falling for the first man who ever falls for you. You see, it is easy for a woman like me to be plucked from a concert as this love, 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 love. But that is kind of an obsession. It is not true love. And I have heard rumors that Hans Christian Andersen has even written about me. And I don't even know what to think about that. I just hope that one day it becomes some epic fairy tale. You see, he has claimed that my heart is just frigid and frozen because I do not return his affection. But you see, just because my affections are not for him, that does not mean that I do not have them. And so I don't hold a grudge. I genuinely hope that someday that Hans Christian Andersen can find true love and just let me go. And then there was this other man, Felix Mendelssohn. Now, Felix Mendelssohn, he was a very kind man and an amazing composer. And I have to admit that my affections for him were outstanding, but only as a composer and fellow musician. You see, I never fell in love with Mendelssohn in that way. But he had this sort of strange affection for me, and the F sharp. And I always thought that was strange. I mean, I can be rather vain, and I do admit that my voice excels at the F sharp. But Mendelssohn wrote a whole aria for the F sharp. It goes something like this. Israel. And then in the middle he has me hold this F sharp forever. And while I can see why, I do still find it rather strange. But as I sing that song, it gives me great sadness in my heart. For you see, Mendelssohn, he passed before he ever heard me sing it. And I do sometimes wish that in that great oratorio Elijah, I do wish sometimes that I could be an alto. Because the song he wrote for the alto is the song that I think of when I think of dear Mendelssohn.
Oh, rest in the Lord. Wait patiently for him, and he shall give thee thy heart's desire. Oh, rest in the Lord. Wait patiently for him, and he shall give thee thy heart's desire. And he shall give thee thy heart's desire.
Mendelssohn was a sweet, dear man. And that reminds me, there was a third man who people ask me about often, and I must tell you there was never anything really to know, and that is P.T. Barnum. Yes, of Barnum and Bailey Circus. Can you imagine me? This grand Swedish Nightingale, the operatic darling of Europe, touring America with P.T. Barnum. My eyes were opened, I must tell you. I learned many things. I must say, people ask me, what was he like? And I say, well, he was a huckster. He was a shyster. But he wasn't all bad. You see, from P.T. Barnum, I learned many things. And without P.T. Barnum's mentorship, why, these benefit concerts that I offer would have never happened. You see, I do believe that God can take the mean things of this world, the raw things of this world, and make them into something good. Just like God used P.T. Barnum in my life so that I could be successful here in America, in this Lindomania, and bring such help to those in need. And so I am thankful for P.T. Barnum, even though he is a huckster and a shyster. So now that we have put all the rumors to rest, I must tell you that I am indeed in love. You see, my love was with me all the time, there, accompanying me. Yes, I fell in love with Otto, my accompanist. And I will end this farewell concert here tonight with a song about a great love. But first, I shall read you the English translation, because when you hear it in Italian, maybe you don't quite catch all the beauty that is within my heart. When my beloved comes, to see his love in grief, beautiful flowers will cover the sunburnt shore. But I do not see him. Alas, my beloved does not come. When he tells the breezes of his beloved's grief, gentle birds, then he will teach you a sweeter song. However, I do not hear him. Who hears him? Oh, my beloved has fallen silent. Merciful echo, that at this point has already exhausted my tears. Return to him, and he will gently ask you for his bride. Hush! Now he is calling me. Hush! Alas! No, he is not calling me. He is not there. And that is il mio ben quando verrà. you. Thank you. And I have been so blessed to sing for you here today. And I will remain behind if you have any more questions. And please think of me and my beloved Otto as you go about your day today. Thank you.
Question?
Sure.
Question?
Yes.
Did Jenny Lind ever sing at the Jenny Lind chapter?
You know, I don't know that. You say no? No. There were many things named after Jenny Lind. It really was a Lindomania. She was a celebrity of her time. Kind of like Britney Spears or or Pink. You've heard of the Jenny Lind crib, Jenny Lind furniture. It really was a Lindomania. So there were many things that were named for her that she might have never known or been to. Yes?
How old was she when she first started performing?
So we know she was 9 years old when she was found singing to her cat. And she was 21 when she found Manuel Garcia, who helped bring her out of that vocal injury. So she was very young when she began performing. Mm-hmm. Yes.
When you started singing, I suddenly had a flash on Snow White. And then you said Hans Christian Andersen.
Yes.
And that he might put you in some fairy tale. Do you think Jenny Lind was Snow White, or what do you think happened there?
I am so glad you asked. This is one of my favorite pieces of her story. So Hans Christian Andersen really was obsessed with Jenny Lind, and she really did not return the same affection. And he claimed she was cold-hearted and frozen. And so she was the inspiration for the Snow Queen, Hans Christian Andersen's Snow Queen. Yes. And what mainstream, popular, modern Disney movie came from the Snow Queen? Frozen. So Jenny Lind was Elsa. She was Elsa. That's why Jenny Lind hopes that Hans Christian Andersen can just let it go. Yes. Yes, thank you for that one.
How long did
She was, I believe, 67 years old when she passed away. Yes.
Did she marry Otto?
She married Otto, yes. She married Otto right after she ended her tour with P.T. Barnum. Yes. So raise your hand if you've seen The Greatest Showman. Yes. So you may have seen Jenny Lind portrayed singing Never Enough. And my greatest woe about the movie Greatest Showman is that when Jenny Lind sang, she sang with a Broadway belt instead of her pure opera voice. So, yes. Yes.
I'm not sure if you understand. I don't know the details either. The financial relationship with Barnum. Can you speak to that?
Yes. It's kind of fuzzy. I'll admit I don't know all the details. But from my understanding is he kind of was like the organizer of events. He helped her like organize the tour. And I have heard that he took like a maintenance fee for putting on the event, and he would donate those fees, but then people would pay like a ticket price, right? And I'm not sure where the money went for the ticket price as well. But he did help give that impetus to Jenny Lind to give these benefit tours that she was really famous and beloved for. So she gave a lot to charity. She was known for the opera singer who gave away all her money.
Did she ever sing at the circus?
I don't think so. Don't quote me on that one, but I don't think she ever did sing at the circus.
Well, you have a phenomenal voice, and I think Jenny Lind in heaven is smiling on you.
I hope so. I hope so. Thank you. Yes.
Did she have any children?
Not that I know of. I haven't read of any of her having any children. And so I kind of think that she was a little older when she married Otto, because she had a full career. And so I assume she was a little older when she got married. So I truly enjoyed playing Jenny Lind and researching her. I feel a kindred spirit with her as a soprano myself. So I truly thank you for inviting me here today. Thank you. Am I from this area? I grew up in Pekin, Illinois, and then I moved away and lived all around the country, and I landed back in Peoria in 2016. So I'm active in the Peoria community.
And I will say that she came highly recommended. She's never done this show before. This is a world premiere. She's put in a lot of